Always reading something already built up where everything's already set must be pretty boring, isn't it? You know there's not much room left to play with, and what if a journey from having a really weak kingdom, or let's not even having existence of a kingdom, to ending up building an empire is shown and brought to you guys? I swear it'd be fun to read some of these manhwas. Honestly, such manhwas do exist. Yes sir, it does. And since y'all are unaware of it, therefore today in this special video we'll be setting our hands on top 10 best kingdom building manhwas and mangas that you should read. Now, so without holding any single delays, let's dive into the video, starting off with number 10. Number 10. Doomed to be a King. Getting this list kicked off with our number 10, Doomed to be a King. This is a story about a time traveler who got himself into the body of a young man who was doing a job in Count's palace. Then he gets his system with which gave its first mission to its host, leaving the palace and reaching the King Mountain and settling down there. The system allows him to buy exclusive items like farmland, rice, house, skills, and many more things through magic stones and lotteries. Slowly people started getting attracted to this place. Personally speaking, well, the plot is generic, with comedic cliches, and its comedy gets better with chapters that are not so much well developed and characters, just as you would expect from most manhwas. But the MC is a likable character, not like any pervert who chases girls. Remaining others are gag characters who also steal the attention of the show. Number 9. Starting from today, I'll work as a city lord. When just an otaku guy who always loved playing games until one day when he was transferred to another different world. In this new strange world, he saw all kinds of strange and weird creatures. He saw a cat woman, a lollyfox woman, a cute rabbit woman, and many more. He really was dumbfounded when he realizes that it was not a zoo but a world which does seem to resemble the wilderness, where the strong one will prey on the weak one. Number 8. Santairiku Eiyuuki. Hercules, who's possessed memories of being born, raised, and died in a country called Japan, but he was born then in an imperial household of a declining empire, whereas this empire was said to have once was a superpower that ruled over the world, which was now slowly nearing its end. The public's economy was facing a downfall. Military strength declined to the point that barbarians were able to wreak havoc on their territories, and the neighboring countries squeezed the empire for tribute payments every year. Where then Hercules was forced to take over the empire, even though he was just 12. Number 7. Release that witch. When a modern-day engineer transmigrated to a different world where he ended up becoming a prince, and also his surroundings reminded him of a medieval Europe, but it was not quite the same. In this world, witches actually exist and they have real magic powers that can be used as a productive force. The witch's power could be really useful if their powers were to be liberated and must be saved. Number 6. I'm Not The Overlord. Ah yes, our main character who was a high school genius boy. Yes, a genius boy for sure. Do we agree on that one? Yes, we agree on that one. Yeah, a genius boy, but unfortunately he died in an accident that gets transmigrated to another world in an overlord's body in the middle of a battle against humans. Even though he was reincarnated in an overlord's body, that doesn't change the fact that he still hasn't experienced life more than him being a high school kid, even in his previous life. At the very beginning, he struggles to manage, but at the same time, it's like, he's not good at managing, but he messes up as an overlord as he was clueless about his powers, but he slowly manages to uplift himself. So, he is a strengthening boy who strengthens himself to become an overlord. Number 5. Long live the king! All begins where an extraordinary, should I say extraordinary? Nah, he's pretty ordinary to be honest. A student who's ordinary accidentally travels into another universe and he ends up becoming the king of a tiny kingdom known as Chambord Kingdom. He was previously known as Sun Fei. After he was transmigrated into the new world, he was now given a new name, Alexander. But the twist here was that he possesses a cheating code which allows him to do things that no one else can. Number 4. Trash of the Count's family. The story revolves around a guy named Kim Rock-soo, who is a high school student who is shown transported into a novel. Yes, a novel. The birth of a hero. After he falls asleep reading about the adventures of the hero, Choi-chan is also transported into the new world in the same novel where Kim is reborn as the main character in the story. A character named Kale who likes to get drunk and throw bottles at people, so he was a loser in the eyes of others, despised by everybody, including the Count's family. This was definitely not the best start to his new life in a world full of monsters, dragons, and magic. Also, he arrives in the story just before his character was beaten badly by Choi-chan. Number 3. Bug Player. Our main character, Tae-pong Shin, who faced his death pretty early but was soon reincarnated within his favorite MMO game, Paradiso. He's reincarnated as Jared, a delinquent lord of a frozen province in Paradiso. He was kinda unsatisfied with the character he was reincarnated with. I mean, it's understandable why he would be, so that's kind of a thing here. Because, he thought that it might work out. He thought that his work was cut out for him getting to the top. But still, he had one secret weapon that could really help him out, but that he knew the game better than anybody else ever existed. Also, he knew lots of bugs, which he later also used to grace his persona, and from here, he built his territory using his brain and knowledge of the game. Number 2. Dungeon Reset. Here, Jeong Dawoon's life turns upside down when he awakens in the game where he is expected to fight to survive in a dungeon filled with monsters and traps. The rules to this deadly game, however, are explained to the players by a rabbit who is shown all dressed up in a tuxedo. Yeah, a tuxedo. Not that strange. Anyway, the rabbit, however, for some reason was definitely a, what was he? He was not normal. Dawoon gets in a bad situation as he has no skills, but after he falls into a trap and survives after a glitch reset, he's gained random but oddly helpful skills and a helpful ground squirrel. Yeah, that's a thing apparently, as rules no longer apply to him. Dawoon had free opportunity to grind the dungeon and gain more and more skills, building himself a kingdom within the dungeon. He'll need to get creative to clear the game and to return home. Number 1. The max level hero has returned! Yup, he indeed has. The story follows Prince Davy, who was said to be weak and shown as the prince of a pretty weak country, but one fine day, he falls into a coma and his soul travels to a temple where the souls of heroes gather and train. Here 1,000 years pass as Davy undergoes excruciating training under their watchful eyes to become a hero. Too strong for his own good. Now back to his timeline and his kingdom. He's wide awake and the enemies hiding in the king's court better be prepared, because when he comes, oh, it's gonna get ugly. Returning to his life, he begins his revenge, building up a kingdom that is powerful and not to be ignored. The prince they had dismissed is now their biggest threat. Haha, tables have turned. Anyways, here we've reached the end of the list and also this video. Personally, I really did enjoy making the video, and if you also did enjoy watching our today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also suggest some more videos that we should come up with soon, right? I mean, you gotta comment down your opinion below, and most importantly, last but not least, make sure you're subscribed to We Love Anime. My name is Zeerak, I'm the voice of the voiceless. And I'll see you guys next time, and you better not miss out on future content. Till the next one, see ya!